Nice, it worked. At least I think it did. There you go. I can't even believe you counted. Okay. Tonight, we are going to take a look at the patch notes. It's a very long list, so we might skip over a bunch of stuff. And just go right into, like, skim mode once we actually get to the patch notes. Obviously, there's a bunch of stuff before that. They're going to go over what they, you know, what the improvements are, what they're adding, blah, 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 blah. But give me a second. Okay. Probably not going to record this, but... Is this the same list as the video? What does that mean? What video? Oh, you mean my other video? I think that was more of like a simplified overview. This one is the actual, like, change log. Like, they tell you what the improvements or the changes are. You know, obviously they'll go over the class stuff, but they're also talking about, like, what's in the list for, like, new weapons, what kind of fixes have they made to the game, so on and so forth. So this one's a lot more in depth. Like I said, we're probably going to skip over stuff, but for the most part, I just want to see if they've made any changes to things that I personally have complained about, but probably not. Hey everyone, in the coming week, we're releasing the first major game update of 2023. We got many great changes and improvements lined up for you, so let's take a look at what's new. Here's an overview of the changes and improvements in the update. Play as a familiar assault, engineer, recon, and support. Customize your class with class equipment. Oh, that's right, I have to redo my loadouts now. Breakaway got reworked, which we were expecting. Apparently they're using a new snow and ice shader, so I guess it looks better. I don't know. New vault weapons. The M39 EMR, MTAR-21, that was the one I couldn't remember, and the PP2000. According to Jack, the PP2000 actually, was it Jack or Level Cap? I can't remember. The PP2000 is the best one out of those three. It feels the best anyway. New suppressor, long-range scope, and thermal scopes. Right? Thermal scopes are back in the game, but guess what? They still can't see through smoke. They can see through other types of smoke, like environmental smoke, but they can't see through grenades. It's so stupid. Yeah, exactly. Improvements. The active protection system comes to the tanks, which I'm not okay with. The tanks are already overpowered as it is. Below radar arrives for air vehicles, meaning they can actually get below a certain height. I can't remember what the height is, but they won't be detectable by radar. But it's very low. Like it's kind of like a big balls move if you fly below radar. you risk getting shot all the time. And then exclusive rewards for year 1 pass, gold, and ultimate owners, whatever that means. As it's the start of the new year, we also feel it's the right time to change how we deliver our update notes to you. Currently, you are used to receiving them to the day before an update goes live, but we want to get that information into your hands sooner. That means you can now expect a full overview of the content and changes from major game updates to become available in the week leading up to their release. Oh, also, I am using... We're doing something a little different today with the streaming side of things. I'm using HLS instead of RTMP, which is the newer way to stream, or it's a newer encoding. And technically, it allows me to use less bitrate, but for the same quality picture. That's the idea anyway. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. It might still look the same. No, just the fact that they won't be detectable on the map, I guess, which doesn't really make much sense, but... Or maybe the height which you can lock onto them. I don't know why they say radar, but, like, I think it has to do with, like, the height at which you can lock onto them. That means you can now expect a full overview of the content and changes for major game updates to become available in the week leading up to their release. What's funny is that this came out yesterday. So they've already lied about that. Whenever we plan a game update, there is sometimes a chance for the last minute release date shift. That means we'll continue confirming the deployment time for each update early in the week of its release, as we have done previously. Update 3.2 is a major moment for the team as we have worked on the return to the class system for Battlefield 2042 alongside many other changes and improvements. I've said it before, I'll say it again, should have never gone away from the class system in the first place, and they wouldn't have to spend this much dev time figuring out a way to make it work. You've told us how you'd like to see gameplay evolve, and we're extremely excited to get those changes in your hands. Thank you for having me back up. Alright, Battlefield team, listen along. If you prefer to listen along as we discuss our updates, then we invite you to join us for our new podcast. Oh, good. They have a podcast. All right. What's new? Return to the class, representing the most substantial change to Battlefield 2042 so far. The return to the class system introduces familiar gameplay by bringing back the structure and class identity that you're used to from previous Battlefield titles. If you'd like to learn more about the journey and feedback that we received, okay. Each specialist now has been assigned to a familiar Battlefield class that signifies the expected gameplay behavior of that particular specialist. I mean, they already were. I'm just going to keep saying this. They were already in their own class. It just wasn't, like, restricting them to anything. So I don't know why they didn't just keep each of the people in their class that they already were in and then just put in the restrictions, but whatever. We have also taken our previously open pool of equipment and gadgets and assigned them to particular classes to further encourage the role of class gameplay, while simultaneously adding structure to assist with the readability of encounters while you're on the battlefield. As you approach update 3.2, we will be updating the Battlefield website with all information. Assault, Dozer, McKay, Sundance, and Zane. Dozer doesn't belong there. Class equipment is the med pen. So the Assault still gets a healing item of a sort. So, you know, they still get a med pen. So I guess essentially, because the Assault had the healing box, or the med box. Now the med box and the ammo box both belong to the support class. But, you know, Assault still gets a med pen. It only gets one use, though. And then you have to recharge it with an ammo box. So it's not like they can just sit up anywhere they want and just keep using a med pen. Gadgets C4 or 5. IVA armor, M18 Claymore, and smoke launcher. Claymore? I mean, they've already got C4. Claymore's more of like a defensive weapon. Smoke launcher totally makes sense. You want to try and push up as an assault. But a Claymore? That's a defensive explosive. Engineers. Boris, Crawford, Liz. Iris should be in there as well. Repair tool. Gadgets are 18 mines. C4. EOD bot is coming back. The Javelin, which I am super happy is in the game. The Anti-Air and Recoilless M5. Recon, Casper Pike, and Rao. So, unfortunately for me, no more Assault Rao. Insert Beacon, Class Gadget, C5. The Claymore makes totally more sense with the Recon. Proxy Sensor, SoFlam, Tracer Dart, and Tugs. The Tugs are coming back. That's good. I love the Tugs. I would plop it around a corner, and as long as nobody blew it up, it was just permanent, like, points to me. Support Angel, Falk, and Irish. Dozer should be there. Irish should be an engineer. Angel and Falk should be by themselves. Obviously, Assault has one more character in it than the rest of them, but Irish being a support doesn't make sense. Defib, Ammo Crate, Health Crate, Claymore, Smoke Launcher. Again, Claymore doesn't make sense. Support, again, support's supposed to push up with the Assault, in my opinion. That's how this works. The Clays don't make sense, man. Anyway, the weapon proficiencies we've gone over. A set of optional and passive benefits that encourages using the weapon archetype for your class during gameplay. So we've already gone over this. I don't agree with it. Support should have LMGs. Engineers should have SMGs. Period. That's just the way it should be. Okay, and then the Breakaway rework. I've seen Jack Fragg's video. It looks good. It looks so much better in terms of the flow of combat. More cover on the way to the oil rig. This, in my opinion, the Breakaway rework is an actual rework. Like, they reworked the landscape to put things where they belong, where they make sense. Whereas the other maps, again, they just plopped garbage on the map and called it a day. It was stupid. Okay, the area is improved in Glacier Top, previously a wide open expanse with little cover to protect yourself. The Penguins have created an outpost. Have created an outpost settlement with buildings to battle through as you establish control of the immediate area. The ice shelf. Extensive improvements have been made to the overall ice shelf area of Breakaway, featuring a new flag on top of the glacier and new routes to encourage flanking between the glacier and relocated oil rig. Now, hey Chris. Now Jack was actually playing Breakthrough. And judging by the way it looked really good. I don't know if this rework or any of the reworks have come to the PS4 version. I'm going to probably guess not. So we're probably going to have to, you know, trudge our way through the PS5 version. One of our favorite play spaces has been relocated to the foot of the glacier, allowing for more frantic combat encounters as it's much closer to the action than before. Yeah, because the long walkway was impossible to get up. New ways to assault the oil rig have been established, and new paths and cover have been included throughout the deck. Snow Cave. Nestled within the glacier, you'll find a snow cave that features a downed MV-38 Condor. Precious resources are scattered throughout this location. Workers Village. Military presence and fortification has increased throughout the area. Cleaner navigation and shorter distance between capture points should ensure the action remains ever-flowing across the Workers Village. Alright, thermal scopes. There was one clear winner when reviewing which type of attachment we could release next through Season 3, thermal scopes. While they are no stranger to Battlefield, we've had them in previous games. Technical and engine improvements have allowed us to show these scopes in a way that we haven't done before. Now, I'm not saying thermal scopes are useless, okay? It's just that they can't see through smoke, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever, realistically. But they're still super useful because, I mean, this game has horrible player visibility anyway. So, they come in handy. Previous titles had these scopes changing the entire screen. But with Battlefield 2042, we can now isolate the effect to only show within the scope itself, alongside showing multiple hotspots for a single item. Use a thermal scope on twin-engine aircraft, and you'll see what we mean. So, I think that's a good thing that they've contained it to just the scope area, because obviously, like they said, they changed the whole screen green or whatever, or black and white in previous titles because the engine had limitations. Now, not so much. And that's good, because then you can still have your peripheral vision to see if anybody's coming. With this update, Zane shall also be able to utilize thermals with his XM370A airburst, or the XM25. Yeah, I had a feeling that was missing too. I don't know. I've only used it like once. On the balance front, we have also made several steps to ensure that these attachments bring appropriate gameplay for today's battlefield. That means that some expectations of how these attachments work in real life do not equate to a fun gameplay experience. Bullshit. Guess what they did in Battlefield 4, if you guys remember. Yeah, I know, Chris. That's what we're getting to right now. Here's how they worked in Battlefield 4 before they ruined it. You could see through smoke. If you suspected somebody of having a thermal scope, you had these bright red flares that you could throw into the smoke, and guess what? They can't see anymore. It's fundamentally wrong, in my opinion, to make thermal scopes not work as they do realistically, as they should. Thermal means heat. Smoke grenades do not give off heat. So, you should be able to see through them. And if they wanted to, they could have put flares back in the game, and there's your counter. I don't understand. It always came down to people just bitching about, oh, the thermoscopes are too overpowered. Fun is always our priority when introducing new things to Battlefield. Wink. So as an example, tactical smoke from gadgets, grenades, or vehicles will be opaque to thermal scopes, while smoke and steam that originates from the environment will be transparent. I don't know about you guys, but I don't run across very many environment items, objects that create smoke or steam. Maybe a tank that's on the environment that's burning. But other than that, where is there steam? Where has there ever been steam? I don't know. Maybe I'm just blind and I haven't really paid attention, but I don't recall. Monitor tweak and TR1 thermal, it's 1.25. Then you got the equipable width on what weapons it goes on. The 2.5 times. There's the weapons that it's equipable for, and then you got the sniper variant there, and we got a new suppressor. What's better than the suppressor? Two welded together, of course, specifically designed for the NVK S22. Oh yes, because that shotgun needs a buff. The box will allow you to add a little bit of sneak to your ventures in close quarters combat. I didn't know that was going to be in the game. This shotgun is ridiculous. For it to be able to get a suppressor now? Great. The APS system for the tanks are already overpowered. They don't need another thing to make them more overpowered, but hey, here we are. So I'm gonna guess that RAU is gonna be useful now more than ever, because I'm gonna assume that if RAU hacks a tank, it disables the APS, which then makes it vulnerable. I don't know. Doesn't seem to disable flares, so why would it disable an APS? But we'll have to maybe test it out. Below radar arrives for air vehicles. Flying below 30 meters from the ground will now ensure that you are immune to lock-ons from vehicle-based weaponry. That's very specific. They didn't say ground-based weaponry. We are also reducing the height limits for helicopters. Previously, we have seen some instances of pilots. Some instances. You mean all of them? All instances, maybe? Flying high and unleashing havoc with very little response as lock-on launchers were unable to reach that high. This tweak helps bring those helicopters down to the ground, literally. This change does not currently affect jets. I think that's kind of fair, because, I mean, a jet can't do anything from that high up anyway, so it doesn't matter. or missiles that are already fired. We will continue to review your feedback in the meantime. New Vault weapons. You know them, you love them, you hate them because they're not coming out with anything new. The M39 EMR, MTAR, and PP2000. I don't need to go over these because we know what these guns can do. The MTAR used to be the boss. Guess what? Apparently it sucks now. So all the Vault weapons suck. Exclusive rewards for year 1 pass, gold, and ultimate owners. Basically, if you didn't give us a ton of money at the beginning, you get nothing. That's what this says right here. So screw you guys. All right, changelog. Here we go. Here we go. The big patch note list. AI soldiers. Fix an AI issue in TDM. Don't care. They're missing an F. Somebody needs to proofread these. Fix an AI issue that should improve vehicle navigation. Issue where AI doesn't avoid the fire from the tank wreckage. All right, Battlefield Portal. Due to the scale of changes taking place with the return to the class system, some of your creations may need to be updated as part of this update. Excuse me. Fix an issue where Caspian Border and Battle of the Bulge are displayed incorrectly on the world minimap in the loading screen. All right, so is there anything else? This is all Portal stuff that we don't care about. Fix an issue where 2 grenade trails can be seen after throwing 1 grenade. Interesting. Added multiple gadgets from Portal into hands of our 2042 specialists. We already know that. Move the repair tool, insert defib and med pen gadgets to the new class gadget slot. Manually equip defibrillator revive range. And while I was watching Jack's video, it sounded like they changed the sound effects for the defib as well. It definitely sounded different to me. Manually equipped for the revive range and damage increased to match the range for interaction revives. An issue where SFX and VFX would appear incorrectly when a grenade is thrown through trees and bushes. All right, ammo crate. Insertion beacons now get resupplied by ammo crates. Ooh. I don't know about that. I don't really agree with that. I guess it makes sense if you want to push up, but like if you're like saying if you're on the attacking team and you're playing breakthrough, you can literally just spawn on the forward position. I don't know. Obviously, if you want to be a douche about it and spawn behind the enemy team, then you can do that too, but then you're just going to resupply yourself. I guess it really doesn't matter. The ammo crate can now resupply the Tracer Dart and M18 Claymore. C5 fixed an issue where C5 was not always displayed to other players. I mean, to friendly players, why does it matter? It doesn't do damage to you. Adjusted the EOD bot's collision to fix an issue where the gadget's arm would poke through walls. Updated the game hints on the EOD bot. I wonder how many people are actually going to be like using this thing. Just a troll. Like I played one round of of Battlefield 4 the other day, and it, you know, I ran into an EOD bot and he tried to kill me multiple times. But I'm wise to his actions. For both when holding the gadget and controlling it. Updated the acceleration and turning angles for the EOD bot to be more responsive. Lowered the bot's health from 400 to 300. Added an impulse modification to the bot so that when it gets shot with bullets, it doesn't push the bot around. Well, that'd be nice. How is it that this thing existed in previous games? Excuse me, a previous game. And it's so screwed up. Like, I don't get it. You have something that existed already. It had values. Why didn't you just copy what they did in BF4 and bring it over? I don't recall the EOD bot getting pushed around by bullets in BF4. Fix an issue that causes the bot to blow up when gently ramming a tank. Gently. There's the Javi. Update the first person screen and crosshair. And then there's the A missile insertion beacon Claymore. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff here. They're going over literally everything. The designated UI is now only visible to the gadget. There's the tugs. Tracer Dart gun. Gameplay flow and social elements. As part of the return to class system, we have revamped the loadout UI on the deploy screen, resulting in a more compact approach while also including buttons to quickly switch between your last selected soldier in each class. The soldier selection UI on the deploy screen now includes relevant information about your specialist trait, gadget, and weapon proficiency and more. Added class iconography to the squad list, scoreboard, and player name tags to help with identifying what classes other players are playing. I shared my thoughts about this in the previous video. It's simply make them look different. You won't need stupid icons. Players that are not alive are now slightly faded out on the scoreboard, and their class icon becomes an X to reflect that change too. Sounds like something that should have been in the game. Implemented a new classes screen in the main menu. This is your go-to place to learn about the classes, specialists, their traits, and gadgetry, and also your new home for editing your loadouts, as they are now tied to each class. The previous loadout screen has been removed to reflect this overall change. Well, at least they got that right. Add a new slot to the inventory HUD, bottom right, whilst in a match for your class gadget. Added a weapon proficiency icon that is displayed in the kill card, inventory HUD, and weapon selection UI when the class plus weapon archetype synergy is fulfilled. Change the squad leader icon to now resemble a star, like it was in previous games, because delivering instructions to your squad mates alongside statistical coordination should give you a star, UMVPU. Yeah, but like, here's my problem is that when you're playing squad leader and you designate something, that designation tends to go away randomly. So that's why nobody does it. Change the order of the tabs within the collection menu so specialist is no longer first. This is because the new class screen is the new go-to place for customized specialists. Want to make sure to quick that. Added a new biography submenu to the specialist collection screen aimed at helping you get to know the specialist, their backstories, and what they stand for. Oh, good story. Added a new charge-up crosshair for the manually equipped defibrillators to show when they are on cooldown after use, and also convey that you revive with more health the longer you hold. The inventory HUD now grays out a gadget if it's not currently usable. For example, the med pen when you are already at full health. Okay. Rename the utility weapon category to tactical. Why? What is tactical about a shotgun? Or a crossbow? They were called utility in the last games. Why change it now? The button prompt to switch your primary or secondary in the inventory HUD on the controllers is now hidden for the one you currently have equipped to better show you which one you will switch to when pressing the contextual button. General improvements and progression. Controller default mappings have been updated to accommodate the addition of the new class gadget slot. This means that a few actions have also been moved around. We encourage taking a moment to update your controls and familiarize yourself with these changes before jumping into a game. I never really touched the controls, so this will be interesting. The below changes are representative of one particular controller scheme and may differ depending on your choice of peripheral. Class gadget added to D-pad up. That was grenade before. Move to left button was previous. Oh my god, thank you. Was it that hard? That's what it's always been. R1 is to spot, L1 is to throw your grenade. I'm really hoping that it literally throws it and doesn't just select it. That would really be stupid. Plus menu, move to Y, or triangle, and now requires you to hold the button. Oh my god, thank you! Again, not that hard. They could have actually made it this way before. The whole idea that you had to equip your grenade to throw it and then have a menu item that you had to select to make sure it throws automatically, it's absurd. Just put it on a button. Default navigation has changed to D-pad up, down, left, and right. Well, it would have to, because now... Yeah, because now, well, okay. See, here's the thing. That's the one issue. That's the way it was in the beta. If I remember correct, I do remember correctly. That's the way it was in the beta, and it was clunky. It didn't work very well. I'm not saying it won't work now, but it kind of sucked. So when they changed it from that to the face buttons, yeah, I personally think it was a lot easier, but this is going to be interesting to find out. Because now you're taking your finger off your movement control. Not that you're really moving when you're changing stuff anyway, but it didn't hurt. Minor inconvenience for the benefit of having a grenade on a button by default. Okay. Fix an issue where show HUD prompts setting and options did not work. Optimize mouse input processing to ensure that input is processed at a steadier rate. I'm not using a mouse. Origin in-game, don't care. Improve the quality of death animations from explosions. Improve the soldier ragdoll experience after melee takedown. Yeah, it's a little jank. Fix an issue where the correct animation wasn't playing in first person when traversal sprinting with a one-handed gadget. I don't think I've ever actually seen that. Improve transitions between sliding and prone states. Like, as in what? Sliding and prone states. Oh, just in general. Okay. Because I've tried to slide into a prone and it didn't work, so. Show distance in meters on long-range kills in the kill feed. Yeah, what the hell happened to that? Improve responsiveness of melee attack animations. Improve melee takedown registration on fast-moving targets. Fix for takedowns not working on fast-moving elevators. Resolve scenarios of specialists being stuck in a down state after being revived from a melee takedown. I've been like melee killed a lot, but I haven't really experienced that bug. Made improvements to correctly portray the blood splatter when shooting enemy combatants. Haven't noticed that either. Moving while aiming down scopes should no longer interrupt the action of holding your breath. It did? Goes to show how often I use the long-range scopes. Fix for soldiers and vehicles, preventing the vehicle from receiving damage from explosions. Added an option called damage numbers visit. Oh, okay, I saw this thing in Jack's game. I don't think he turned it on. Was it Jack? No, it was Level Cap's stream earlier. He turned it on, but I didn't stick around long to see it. Apparently it's not great. Like, it's kind of in the way. Any more HUD elements that get in the way, I'm not a fan of. It's bad enough that there's too much crap on the screen as it is. Fix an issue where aiming down sights immediately after bashing through a door could cause problems with the weapon's animations. Added brand new physical landing animations when jumping or falling. Different animations should now play when hitting the ground from different fall heights. Don't go too high, you may splat. Their attempt to be funny is just bad. Fix an issue where the soldier could sometimes slightly move through the ground when hitting the ground at high speed. I mean, there have been times where I sank in the ground when we spawned into the match. Improve fall damage calculation consistency. Improve the jumping experience on Gen 4 consoles. Xbox One, PS4. The jumping experience. It was bad? Didn't feel like it. Fix an issue where you could freely rotate the camera during insertion and see inside your own body. Oh, yeah. Well, I noticed that the other day, so they must have already fixed it, like, prior to this. Fix for download characters in Hazard Zone, changing their position. Oh, download. Fix for down characters in Hazard Zone, changing their position and direction suddenly multiple times in a row. Fixed issue where soldiers sometimes got stuck when jumping onto the edges of objects. Updated visual look of UI directional damage indicators. Will make it easier to judge the amount of damage taken and when taking multiple hits from the same player. Let us know your thoughts. This is why, okay, they had the test server, the community test environment in BF4, and then I think in BF1? No, there was none. Well, BF4. I don't think 1 or 5 had it, but this is why they had it, so they could test this stuff out. Then we can give them our thoughts, and then they can make it available on the main servers. Fix an issue where it wouldn't be possible to perform a melee attack when jumping. Supporting teammates by resupplying, healing, or repairing now gives you score. It didn't do that before? I thought... So it was just XP. Hey, what's up, Guzzo? You mean to tell me all it did was give you XP? It didn't even contribute to your score? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. That's stupid. Well, now it's in the game. There you go. Fixed issue where repairing the Ranger would reward healing XP instead of repairing XP. The Ranger might be a no-pat's best friend, but it's not an actual puppy. You don't know me. That's my best friend. Change the default unlocked weapon and gadgets to ensure all classes have access to a gadget and weapon with their proficiency from the start. Then hazard zone changes, maps, manifests. Damn, manifest had a lot of problems. Kaleidoscope, spearhead, stranded, soldier. Holding on control. Fix an issue where the running animation is not correctly displaying when sprinting and sliding with one-handed weapons. Fire mode can now be toggled when aiming down sights. That's how you did it. What are they talking about? This is how it worked before. The hell does that mean? No, what we want is when not aiming down sights. I really hope that's what that means. Instead of when aiming down sights, because that's how it worked before. Soldier health starts automatically regenerating 1 second after being revived at the regular passive health regeneration at 5 HP per second. Squad revives for non-support specialists now gives 25 HP back on revive instead of 50. Damn, dude. You get even less HP back? That's rough. I guess it doesn't matter because once you get shot, you're dead anyway, so it doesn't matter. Or blown up. Underbarrel toggle can now also be toggled when aiming down sights, but will require holding the button. Yeah, but that's... Why would that matter? I don't get it. Locking onto targets is no longer interrupted. The target vehicle becomes empty during the lock-on phase. Countering some pesky behavior from some drivers / pilots. Made improvements to the locking on target acquisition behavior. Small objects in front of intended targets should be less likely to obstruct locking on. I mean, here's the thing. If I can see the damn thing through a tree, I should be able to aim at it. Let's not, you know. Parachute. Lowered the cooldown between being able to deploy your parachute after recently cutting it from 1 second to 0.6 seconds. That might be huge. This is to help alleviate an issue in which players would cut their parachute and plummet to the floor without being able to redeploy the chute. Hopefully this now results in less splat. Alright, and then we got the specialist changes. I'm probably not going to read the ones on specialists I don't use. Dozer. Fix an issue where you could not destroy Boris's SG-36 sentry gun using Dozer's shield. That's the change he got. Falk's combat surgeon trait is now active with the manually equipped defibrillator. This allows Falk to charge the defibrillator faster to perform a full health revive compared to Irish or Angel. Irish has been moved from engineer to support class. Wrong. As a support, Irish can now has access to defib class gadget and is able to revive any teammate. As part of Irish's repositioning to an engineer role, we have replaced his trait with the cash point, which was previously attributed to Crawford. This trait provides successfully revived players with additional gadget ammo. Irish's APS-36 shoot-down Sentinel can now be repaired by engineers. Yeah, but it's so easy to shoot down. It doesn't even matter. The Sentinel will now be able to intercept Javelin missiles. I think naturally that should be the case just because it can shoot down most other missiles. Alongside the repositioning of Crawford, we also agree that Irish is better suited as a support through his ability to put down cover whilst close to the front line and using that benefit to pick up fallen teammates. I don't agree. The shield, yes. The Sentinel, no. The Sentinel is a very engineer gadget, in my opinion. But that's just me. Rao. Fixed an issue where Rao's signal hacker gadget had lowering gun logic, which led him lowering his hands and gadget when close to walls and objects. Hacked targets should now be targetable by teammates, similar to targets painted by the SOFLAM, to allow more synergies with the engineer class. Launchers, so that is true. I saw that happen in Jack Fragg's early video when he did the whole playtest, And I saw him using Rao, and he hacked somebody, and it started targeting him. I'm like, oh, that's really good. Launchers like the Recoilless will now be able to lock on to hacked targets via this method. Increase cooldown after hacking a vehicle from 5 to 8. Wrong! Vehicles need to be put in their place, and Rao is the only one who can do that. Why would you increase his cooldown? It's dumb. Increase the time it takes to hack a vehicle from 1.5 to almost 2.5. They almost added a whole second onto that. Oh my god. Hey, in this patch, we're going to make vehicles more powerful and then make the only guy who can actually deal with them less powerful. Awesome. The overall changes impact the way some players may have been playing as with Rao. What? In that it had often been a hacking plus lock-on launcher combo. Yeah, no shit. That's like the best combo. As Rao no longer has the ability to use shoulder-launched missile launchers, the changes listed above are to allow for that synergy to still exist, as we feel it's an important part of a team play squad play behavior. How does increasing his cooldown and his time it takes to hack, I don't understand how that affects that. I don't. Yeah, he can't use a rocket launcher anymore, so he has to rely on other people, hopefully, who are using the rocket launcher to do the job. But why does increasing his timers help that synergy? I don't understand it. Stupid. Vehicles increase the damage of air-to-ground missiles to light and medium transport vehicles. Good. Air-to-ground, though? As in what? The Javelin? Not the dumbfire M5 Recoilless. The worst rocket launcher in the game. No, that would be from vehicles, right? From choppers and stuff. Air to ground, because any rocket launcher is ground to ground or ground to air. Air to ground missile will no longer stop reloading when you hold fire. I didn't know that was a thing. The hovercraft will no longer visually lose its LMG when viewed at a distance of 30 plus meters. The EBLC Ram's insertion beacon will now always spawn on your foot, or spawn you on foot. VFX now plays on all mines deployed by the M5C Bolt. Found that out the other day. I didn't even know the Bolt had a mine, or had the cluster mines. The Super Hokum now has a wreckage after being destroyed. Super Hokum. I don't even know what that is. You can no longer kill passengers in a LATV-4 by shooting under the vehicle. Didn't know you could do that either. Fixed an issue where aim sensitivity is too high when zooming in with a vehicle weapon. Yes, it was quite actually. Fixed an issue that would incorrectly reset the camera when free looking whilst using southpaw layout settings. I'm not a lefty because lefties are the devil. Range meters in spotter seats no longer always show 200 plus as distance when aiming at vegetation. Fix the roll camera for jets. That bush is 200 meters away! Shoot it! VFX will now trigger for grenades that are thrown towards a vehicle armed with active protection from close range. Descriptions for all tank turrets have been updated. Alright, this is a long list, yeah. And then there's the weapons. Okay. And that's that. Not happy about most of it, but I'm going to quickly go into the PS4 version and see if the updated version of Breakaway is in here. I don't think it is, but because they haven't been updating the maps for this at all on the PS4. Or they updated the maps, but they didn't update the capture points. Or something like that. All right, so far so good. Everything's working beautifully. I want to see... I made the preview window... I made the preview window maxed out because I want to see how the picture quality is. Again, just to reiterate, we are streaming at 1080p 30, but we're using HLS instead of RTMP encoding, or protocol, excuse me, encoding.
For duty.
This kind of loaded faster. I mean, not the game, but his character loaded faster, which it's always been an issue. And like, ooh, wait, what does this have? No, stop. Oh, spearhead, manifest, and breakaway. Make your mark on the world. Okay, I can do all that. I'm good with those maps. All right, let's do... Damn it, dude. Change settings. We're just gonna go on a beginner breakaway. All right, so this has a new... This has the new, image. So... Anyway, we're using the HLS protocol, which, in the simplest terms, should allow me to have the same picture quality but use less bitrate. We'll say. If I'm using 4500, I expect it to be better looking. It looks like the changes came to the PS4 version as well. Again, it's hard to believe because they didn't change the positions of the capture points in any of the other map reworks that came out for this game on the PS4 version. Only for the next gen consoles, which doesn't make sense. So they put the map changes in, but they didn't change the location of the objectives. So like on
one team, one fight.
Kaleidoscope. Yeah, they put the map changes in, but you're still attacking from the same direction. Yeah. Okay, so instead of starting back there with the oil tankers, you start forward. But this is not where... Look at this. Okay, so they've tied... Alright. This is why... Okay. You can use whatever character you want, but it looks like some of them are just set to the classes, which is good. But yeah, we're still attacking from the same direction, whereas in Jack's that could have blown us up. Where in Jack's video, they were fighting from over there for breakthrough. So what the hell? I don't understand what gives here. I really don't. It makes no sense at all. All right, we're gonna go to the PS5 version. As much as I'm gonna hate myself, we're gonna go to the PS5 version so we can actually experience the new breakaway map. Picture quality is pretty solid though. Pixelation's obviously there. It's gonna... That's all I had to do was just play one map and that was it. Just to trigger it.
Let's make some
I hate Sundance. I would never use this bitch. So... Well, no, I don't want to get rid of last gen. Last gen's the version I play because aim assist works. By the way, I didn't see anything on aim assist in those patch notes, so... The PS5 version doesn't the aim assist is extremely inconsistent. But in order to play the actual new layout of each map, you have to play the current gen. Stupid. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna suffer through playing with PC people. All right, I know what to do. Customize. No, not customize her. I want to... Okay, there we go. Looks like we're going back to my boy Dozer for the assault. That's good. Oh yeah, we finished this one. So we're on to... Wait, I swapped to the AK-24 past the AM-40? Why would I do that? Oh wait, okay. And then this one, we're working on that. Gadget. I don't know. C4, I guess. I mean, it just makes... I don't know. Doing the armor plate makes sense, but it doesn't really... Oh, it gives 25 now and not 10? That might actually be worth it. Because before it only gave 10, which was really stupid. Throwing knives, concussion, smoke. I'm going to stick with the... frag grenade. Engineer. I don't like any of these people. I haven't played any of these guys. But the only thing I can think of is maybe Boris. Should I download and play this game here? It's up to you, man. I mean, to be fair, I guess Liz technically would be the best engineer. Because she's already got a rocket launcher. If you choose her, she cannot use another rocket launcher, but like, her rocket launcher's laser guided, so you don't need another rocket launcher, I guess. And it probably does the most damage out of most of them, or all of them. I don't know. I don't see myself using Boris. All right. And then, Smidgy. All right. Now with her, we've got the rocket launcher. I've never been good with placing AT mines. So it's on Game Pass, so it won't cost you anything. Well, I mean, here's the thing. I find it enjoyable. Yeah, we'll go C4. I find it enjoyable personally, just because they have made major improvements, and it's far better than frickin' Call of Duty. Also, I don't see myself using anybody but Falc on support. So, yeah, there's that. Use that as a primary, secondary. Now here's the difficult part. You know, ammo or med box. That's the toughie right there. Because again, I used to do LMGs and stuff, and now it's just like, nah. Oh, that's right. I'd have to use an LMG with her. It's so stupid because now basically the recon gets two categories of weapons. They get the marksman rifles and the snipers. So stupid. I guess we'll do that. Yeah, that's right. And her med gun, I can do the ammo crate because I can replace the med gun. Do that. Now, this is going to be interesting because I love my boy Rao. He's a beast, and he is so useful. Just simply because of the hack. Casper's just good because he's got his drone, so he can spot. But I can spot now with Rao because, well, when I get shot, I spot. When I hack, I spot. And now I can have, like, a tugs to spot and whatnot, so. We'll stick with this. Secondary, of course. Tugs. Well, I don't need the tracer dart because when I hack, I mark it for rockets, so that works. So I can forgo this and this. And y'all know I don't play Recon the same way, so as everybody else. What did he have? I guess we could just yeah. I could go Clays, but like I said, I don't sit when I snipe. I don't pick a spot and sit in it at a point where people are going to come up behind me, so I'm not really worried about that. Okay. There's my loadouts / classes. I've never used Liz, so there's a first time for everything. But this should work. Guzzo, I think I wouldn't mind a person I could at least have at my side, because everybody else is stupid. You know, like, you've seen it for I don't know how many hours. I've had some of the worst teammates ever, and if I could have at least one person that I know on my team, then I'm Gucci. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. We got the drum mag, but again, 800 rounds still, even with high power? Subsonic. Yeah, it only goes up to 850 if you got standard ammo. And the drum mag would definitely allow me to have better recoil. It just reduces the firepower, and this thing doesn't really do a lot of damage. Also, I'll probably swap that out for this. It's not... No, I said this one! Are you kidding? Why would it change this? Stop being stupid. Yeah, see, look, it's... Alright, there we go. Dickhead. Alright. Probably go with the compensator like I always do. The Warhawk compensator. I think the game's fun. I think it's worth playing. Especially since there's so much to do. There's so many guns to rank up and all this other stuff. It's really good. It honestly is. Obviously, doesn't come without its frustrations. But, you know, we can get past that. All right, this SMG, the UMP. We're gonna actually set this here. Standard issue extended. There's the high power. Brings it down to 630 instead of 680. Close combat brings it up to 730. It's really, it always comes down to, like, the faster you fire, the better for you, but I don't know, the high power... I've never really been a fan of the close well, okay, the close combat's really good because it basically makes this thing, look at how stable it gets. Look at the handling. Boosts it by 15 points. All right, we're going to do high-powered first. We'll do close combat second and see where that lands us. Obviously go with this because I'm not hip firing. And then the long barrel, yeah, we don't want that. Balance, performance, range comes down. That's what the long barrel gives you, is range. What about the Warhawk comp? Accuracy goes down, but handling goes up by +8. Accuracy and handling go up. So here I basically just get an extra bonus. The range goes down either way, but there I get an extra bonus. Same thing with this. That's okay, so it doesn't even matter. It's basically the same for either vertical or horizontal recoil, which doesn't make any sense. I'd just rather do this one because it's overall recoil. I get a little bit more handling. But, you know, I could probably deal with this. Yeah, screw it. They affect it the same way, which doesn't make sense to me. Now, as far as these go, these kind of have their own preset attachments, so there's not much I can do with this. Is there? Oh, wow, there is. Holy crap. There's so many other... I didn't realize these actually had more attachments. Yeah. I hate the red dot. It's an M60, you know? Alright, those are the only two there. Default mag, extended mag. I don't know why you would ever go default when you could have extended. Then, of course, there's the bipod or the foregrip. Swap that around. Wait, actually, yeah, why would... Don't know why that's a third option. Alright. And then this one, I mean, I don't have much unlocked for this. What do we got? Oh, there you go. Then there's close combat. Magazine size 14. This one's 10. Wait, so you get more in the close combat? You just get better hand... What? Okay. Alright, let's do the extended and then we'll do the close combat here. Just to see, you know. Long barrel. Not my style, man. Go with the comp. Hey, there we go. Alright, alright, alright. No, it actually... You can get that on there? Wow, I might do that. I might. See, there's my TV2X. There's... it takes so long to unlock the two that I actually want. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. Anyway. Let's get to it. I definitely am playing this, though. I'm basically just... I'm doing the assault rifles, so, you know, I'll be playing Dozer. Obviously. This is not adjusting on the fly. Okay. Alright. I'm just going to keep the stream full screen for a second. I want to see what goes on here. I swear to God, I'm going to probably be getting, like, aim assist problems right off the bat. Okay, so there's my squad lead. And again, we are set to normal latency mode, so there is a slight delay. Oh, I didn't plug that back in. There we go. Thought I plugged in my microphone. All right, let's... Okay, I don't need that. The latency is kind of up and down here. What the hell's going on? Yo, the latency was, it was fine before. 4500 was the max and it wasn't affecting the game at all. Now it's, look at this. What the hell's happening? I bet you it's because of the new. Alright, let's try this. Let's do VBR and see what happens. And switch that. Picture quality is pretty solid though. I'll definitely say that. No, look at the latency. It's just constantly spiking all the time here. I don't know why. It wasn't doing that before. It seemed to handle it just fine before. Now it's a problem. Okay, I dropped the bitrate down. Jesus. What the hell was that spike? Dropped the bitrate down to 3K.
ID, enemy dead!
Okay, I only get 20. Never mind. I thought I was gonna get 25. You lying sack of shit. Ow. Well, there it goes. I don't know why it's spiking. I don't understand this.
My hurt!
I don't know why it's spiking. I lower the bitrate and it gets worse. What the hell? Remember, it also matters with the server that we get put on. That does affect my connection, but I have no idea what's happening right now. Whoa. She had full health, didn't she? Oh my god. Yeah, I don't understand. I definitely... I'm not getting... What the hell, dude? Nice head glitch, loser. You are a loser. I can promise you that. So, high-powered ammo it is. Oh my god, these freaking loser snipers. Yeah, I don't know why it's spiking so bad. I think it might just be because I'm using HLS instead of RTMP. RTMP is a little bit... I think it's a little less resource intensive, I should say. Oh my god, it doesn't actually immediately throw it. Now I have to actually change that. So stupid, dude. Look at that. It's still a thing I have to put it to... I actually have to do.
Reloading, watch it!
See, now the... Okay, well, I'm not gonna open my mouth, but now the latency's kind of settled down a little bit. Bruh. Dude, this freaking... Oh my god. See, here's the crappy thing. I would have to... Oh my god. Okay, I'm dead. I would have to create a whole new stream. See, that... Yeah, see, it's a different sound effect entirely when people are reviving. I'd have to create a whole different stream to go back to RTMP. I'd have to end this stream, then just start it back up again, which really sucks. Oh, that's so disappointing. I thought it would work just fine. I thought it would work the same way. I don't understand why it's lagging more. I mean, I know that HLS is a newer protocol and it does induce some latency, but like, I didn't know it was gonna be that bad. God, Spectrum sucks so much dick, dude. Spectrum is such a dog dirt company, man. Their internet is ballsack, and I can't use anybody else. There's nobody else to use. AT&T won't stop freaking messaging me even though I can't use them.
Grenade out!
Even though they don't exist here.
One less back.
Oh, he thought he had him too. I guarantee he's probably so pissed off about that. But I can't be having it lag like this. This is like really bad. I mean, look at this. I can't hit him because he was jolting around all over the place there.
Tango down!
Okay, well, I got 10 people shooting at me here. I'm gonna have, it's really just to recreate the stream under the different protocol, or under the other protocol, because I know that the game performs a lot better than this when I usually stream. I know for a fact it does, so I gotta fix it. I gotta use the other protocol. I was hoping HLS would be a good answer to at least get the picture quality up, but I'm down to the lowest that 1080p 30 can go at 3 megabits per second, and it's still lagging this badly. Like, this is not good. Oh my god, I keep thinking I have a rocket launcher. I got nothing. I used 2? Nope, just 1.
Back in the front! Northeast!
Now the thing is that if I, oh my god, dude, if I end it, you know, you'll have to go looking for the other stream, because it's going to be a different stream. Obviously, it'll just be on the channel, but yeah, this is bad. Look at the spikes. You guys can see it right there. It's awful. The spikes are terrible. Like, the rubber banding is not good. I mean, it's lagging so bad, it's stopping me from doing certain actions and everything. Now, if I turn the stream off, I'm gonna test it first. I'm gonna turn the stream off, but okay, it's gonna sound confusing. I'm gonna turn off, or I'm gonna stop streaming from OBS, but the stream itself, I think I'll end manually. I can end manually. And if I stop it, and the latency stops, then I know that it's a problem. But if I stop it and it doesn't stop, if I stop the stream and the latency doesn't go down, then I know it's the server, at least, for the most part. Can I draw you a map? No, you're gonna have to find the treasure on your own. Oh my god, that was terrible. Alright, well, I don't know why you didn't kill her before. Alright, well, alright, yeah, that's fine.